What's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different before we dive into the gameplay. So if you're here for the gameplay, I'll just leave a timestamp on screen and in the description so you guys can just go ahead and skip to that part. But today I want to go over the facts about reverse boosting and skill-based matchmaking that I personally know, and that's why I have the COD tracker open here, because it's going to be the stats of everybody in the lobby. And I just wanted to go over this because I don't reverse boost. I will have it. The matchmaking process will be in the video, so you guys can see me matchmake into the lobby. Now, one thing I will say is I want to talk about the stats real quick that are on screen for all of you guys that are looking at this. So, a 3.82 KD and a 4.15 EKIAD. I want people to stop focusing on kill death ratio and EKIAD, alright? These two stats really only mean one thing: you play for them, okay? Now, if it is an absurdly high KD, like a 6+, I would say, I would be questioning that person, saying yes, they probably reverse boost. But if somebody has anything lower than that, I would say there's a chance that they probably are legit. And here's why, okay? Because kill death ratio for me, and most of my games I play, I am running lethal kill streaks. I'm abusing the war machine to earn more score, to get a chopper gunner and a gunship, a VTOL escort, whatever it may be. Those kill streaks are heavily inflating my kill death ratio during the matches I earn them, because what I am doing is I play this game in a very specific way, in team deathmatch only. Okay, team deathmatch is the main mode I play, as you guys can see here. Look at the amount of kills I have in TDM compared to anything else. The main reason I play TDM is because there's no objective. I don't have to worry about team play. I can just go in, kill people. That's all I have to do, right? That's how I can win a game. That's also how I hold a higher win percentage, although this right here is not accurate. If you want to know my real win percentage, take it 644, add 80, and then divide that number, or take 644 and divide that by the total number you get between those two. All right, I'll put it on screen so you guys can see. Anyways, let's go ahead into the matches because I want to show you guys my recent games. So, 45.00, high streak 31. 29.00, now I did have a 37 EKA, that's just because the streaks don't do a lot of damage, so I get a lot of assists from streaks. But as you can see, 29.0. This game, again, 45.0. Now we get into some other games, 5.67. There was actually a really sweaty player on the other team, and he had like a 4 KD he finished with, and I finished with a 5.67. It just became who could outslay the worst teammates on each team and avoid, you know, the good player, whatever. All right. And then, as you can see here, all right, so there are some games where I do bad, and if I scroll all the way down, you guys can do this research on your own if you care that much. Yeah, you'll see games where I do bad, okay? If that's really what you guys want to see, go ahead. It's on there, okay? But let's move on. So, the first 7 people I have on this bar, all right? These people are all the people that were on the enemy team, okay, at some point within the match. So we have these 7 people up here. Let's start off with this guy. This was the code name player on the other team. I was able to get their name in the pregame lobby and then afterwards in the recent players. And they have a 1.24 KD, okay? And this player, 0.34 KD. Again, they were on the other team. Now I'm gonna come back to this player. All right, believe me, I'm going to come back to this player because there is something I have noticed that's very off about this player, and you guys have probably already seen it on the screen. 1.0 KD, 1.35 KD, 0.77 KD, 1.0 KD, 1.03 KD. Now, have you guys noticed anything about these players that I'm running into? Well, if you haven't noticed, it's the accuracy and headshot accuracy percentages. A lot of these players actually have a better headshot accuracy percentage than me, and I'm going to assume that's because they probably don't control recoil as well, and the recoil gets them a lot of headshots. Now, if you haven't noticed something, their accuracy percentages are definitely way above average. All right, we're going to skip over our outlier player with the 0.3 KD right now. All right, look at this guy, 25% accuracy, 21.6% accuracy. Again, that's better than 3/4 of everyone that plays this game. Top 14% accuracy, 23.3, 20.4. This guy's a little bit of an outlier in the lobby. 23.5. Again, still pretty good accuracy, okay? Now, let's go back to our outlier player here. 0.34 KD, 6 matches played, But look at the accuracy. You're telling me someone with a .34 KD has 23.6% accuracy? I think this is somebody reverse boosting and they just made a new account. Okay, that's what I think this is. So, again, does that make the gameplay less impressive? Sure, it probably does, because someone on the other team was likely reverse boosting, okay? But, to me, that's what I see, because whenever... This API has been really glitchy today, so I might not be able to see the recent matches. But what I see here, okay, is I see his .34 KD, alright? And now my friend, alright, I want to make this clear. She started playing Call of Duty last year, alright, with Modern Warfare. In fact, she's not even a whole year yet. She has about 12% accuracy, but her KD isn't this low. That's why I'm sitting here like, hold up. 23.6% with a decent head, that's about the same headshot accuracy I have. And a .34 KD, guys, this statistic doesn't mean anything, okay? I really don't think it does. It just means how you play the game, and especially for this guy, because his accuracy is much higher, that's a red flag for this player, and I think they're a reverse booster in the lobby. Now, let's go ahead over to my teammates, and because this is the one I'm always more interested in, and in this gameplay, and it obviously makes sense why I was able to get the gameplay, that this person right here, again, high accuracy, 1.29 KD, I got the better teammates this game. The lobby balancing was in my favor. Again, 1.0, 1.2, 20% accuracy, 2.34, or 23.4% accuracy, 0.75, 27.9% accuracy, 0.98 KD. Okay? Now, if we take the averages, the enemy team had a 0.96 KD, and not including my own stats, our team had a 0.94, and if you guys are wondering, yes, there is a fifth player, but their stats are blocked on the API. I cannot view them. So I just took whatever they performed in game, which I think was like a 0.5 KD. So again, comes out to around 0.94. Of course, that could be skewed because, like I said, that person was not on the API. But as you can see, whenever I am in the lobby now, my team's KD went up to a 1.42, enemies was at 0.96. So you can obviously tell that right there we have a major advantage of winning that match, and that's why usually the team balancing is going to try to put the lesser skilled players on a higher stat player, player's team, so that way that those statistics can get evened out, and it's going to be a little bit more of a closer game, fairer match or whatever, but it is really frustrating for someone like me to have to deal with that. So what I want you guys to take away from this little research I did here is the accuracy is always higher on people I'm running into. I'm not running into low accuracy players that have never picked up a controller before. And that's why I think that this KD isn't the factor that we should be looking at all the time, okay? And like I said, this guy, he's a little bit sus because, well, more than sus. 0.34 KD, 23.6% accuracy, something just ain't standing out. Top 12% aim has a .34 KD. Again, right there, it just doesn't make sense to me. That's a red flag, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and move over to the gameplay so you guys can see that. I just want to show you guys this because I think what I want you to take home from this is I think there's a lot of misinformation about skill-based matchmaking and how people, you know, only reverse boost if they get good lobbies, or a lot of these YouTubers have people believing that they're not going to be able to do good, and the only reason they're doing bad is because of skill-based matchmaking. The real reason is, and I don't mean to be blunt, and I'm not trying to say I'm a good player by any means, or that I'm better than anybody or anything like that, because I really don't care that much. That's like, you know, I'm not really a competitive person. But the real reason is you need to look at your own gameplay, and you need to see what you're doing wrong, and you need to improve on that. And if you can't improve on your own mistakes you're making in game, then you're not going to improve as a player. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, and I'm going to discuss what goes on in my mind whenever I'm playing a match, and how, you know, whatever the game might throw at me, I try my best to do the best I can. So let's go ahead and take a look at this gameplay. So here we are, guys. Here is the matchmaking process, and as you can see, quick play, TDM, join a game, looking at my class setups, looking at my medals, my kill streaks, all this kind of stuff before I get into a match, because this is what I like to do, because I get bored whenever I'm just sitting here waiting for matches. Now, normally it takes a very long time for me to find matches, but I will say something. If you notice yourself and you are a top 1% player or top 5% player, whatever you are, I'll just say as long as you got above like a 1.5 KD, 1.6 KD, you probably have noticed that the matchmaking times are really slow. So whenever you get into these matches quicker, usually I find that these lobbies are a lot easier. Now, I did freeze the scoreboard here because I want you guys to notice the names of people on my team and people on the other team, and I want you guys to see that at the end of the game, yeah, there's a lot of the same people on my team, and then on the other team, I think some of them might have left, or, you know, new people joined, whatnot. But this was that 37-0 game, or whatever, you know, 29-0 we saw in the combat record, or COD tracker, because of chopper gunners and VTOLs. They don't do a lot of damage, and they just usually get a lot of EKIA for me instead of actually kills. But as you can see right here, okay, the game's playing out, and the main reason I'm doing this again is because I just want to show you guys that I'm not joining a bot account, okay, because I've already showed you guys my recent games. You guys have seen my recent games where I went 45-1, I went 29 or 37-0 here, and then the next game I go 46-1, okay? So there's no joining a bot account, there's no me tanking my stats or playing like a dummy so I can get these dummy lobbies or whatever that people call them. Alright, all I'm doing is just playing the game. If I get a good game, I get a good game. Most of the time, it's whatever, you know. There's a lot of games where I join in late and just get railed by kill streaks, War Machine, Cruise Missile, Chopper Gunner, whatever it may be. There's also a lot of games where I join in and dominate. There's also a lot of games where I join in, meet other really good players. They spank me up. Okay, my COD tracker's open. If you're really that curious, you can go ahead and look at it. You know, this video isn't about me saying that I'm some sort of special, magical, miracle player or whatever. No, I'm just a normal guy who enjoys playing Call of Duty pubs, and what I like to do is I like to come in here, try to win each game. If I can get a win, that's nice. If I don't, I'm going to still go to sleep at night. If somebody smacks me, I'm going to go to sleep at night. If I smack somebody, I'm going to go to sleep at night. You know, I don't sit here and worry about this game that much. It doesn't bother me. I just get on, play, have fun. If I'm not having fun, I get off the game. That's all I do, you know. Some days the skill-based matchmaking is a lot stronger than others. It just really all depends on the day. And honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Whenever I have these outlier games where I'm dropping higher scores, it seems like the next match is easier. The lower KDs I get, like a 2 or 3, the sweatier it is. I don't know. It's just feeling, you know. I don't know how matchmaking works. But again, what I did show you guys is that a lot of people I'm playing against have above average accuracy. They just have better accuracy, okay? So that's what I've noticed. I don't focus on enemy players' KDs. I focus on the way they play the game. You know, what's their accuracy like? Are they shooting beams? That kind of stuff. Now, let's go ahead and get into this gameplay, because I said that, you know, you guys are probably not learning from your mistakes. So I'm going to go over this gameplay, and it's, honestly, I just play smart. That's what I do. I'm not a rusher. I'm not a camper. I just play smart. I play each individual situation, try to position myself in the best possible situation, and that's how I try to do it, because today, I'm learning a new controller. I got a Scuff Impact again. Haven't used one of these in 6 or 7 months because I've been on a default PS4 controller. Finally got another Scuff, and the size of the controller is different. It feels different in my hands. I'm trying to adjust to it. My muscle memory has to catch up because I'm holding the controller a different way. So my aim's even a little bit off today. The way I play the game feels a little bit off. I'm not as confident in my shots. I'm not as confident in gunfights. So, you know, I figure each time I get into these games, I'm going to have to play my absolute hardest, because skill-based matchmaking is supposedly in the game, and I do believe it is in the game. Again, I'm not saying it's not or anything like that. It definitely is, and other people are going to feel it. So with that being said, I start off the game by just coming out to mid-map and then taking a left flank here. The reason I'm taking a flank is because, well, I'm trying to get behind people. Again, I said I'm using a new controller, and again, we're in team deathmatch, and in this game, there are about 5 to 6 bullets you have to put into somebody before they're going to die. Also, the aim assist in this game is atrocious. I can't aim with it as well as I could with Modern Warfare's aim assist, because the bubble in this game just feels really off. It's really inconsistent, it's buggy, and they added Legacy, but Legacy's bugged right now. It doesn't work properly. It feels the exact same as Standard, so until that gets fixed, I still gotta struggle with this aim assist in this game. And so do the rest of you that are used to Modern Warfare's aiming. But anyways, so, again, I'm predicting spawns. I'm looking at my mini-map. There's teammates up there on the mini-map, so I'm like, alright, they're definitely going to be spawning in this back side here. And as you can see, look, people already pushed out the middle map. I know they're going to be there. Go ahead and take one guy out. And I'm thinking, I see another guy lit up at the hangar, and I'm like, you know what? My teammates are spawning on the other side of the map, so that means that they're still spawning on my side. So I go ahead and I peek that guy, get him, and then there's another guy here who's sliding into this room, and my aim couldn't keep up because, again, like I said, how the aim assist just feels in this game, I just can't keep up with it sometimes. So I was able to take him out eventually, but right here, I hear someone slide. And this is one of the biggest reasons that I can sound whore people. People play this game like it's Modern Warfare 19, alright? They watch a pro player video, they watch Apathy or Scump or whatever, and they see Scump and Apathy doing a slide, jump, which in this game, if you don't know, you're not actually jumping when you press the jump button. Right here, by the way, I just want to go over this real quick before I talk about what I'm about to talk about. So right here, I'm still peeking this area because, as you can see, my teammates are all on the other side of the map, which means the enemies are going to be spawning on this side of the map. And I pull back because I don't know where anyone is, okay? I don't have a spy plane. So at this point, I'm trying to stay alive, so I'm going to reposition, pull all the way back, right? They're thinking I'm still in that building, and I'm able to take them out the back. Now, there is going to be a guy that just sneaks up on me with Ninja and a shotgun. And getting back to what I was saying, because this is where, you know, if you're running Ninja, this is going to be the tip. People watch a video from like Scump or Apathy or whatever, pro player movement, how to get pro player movement, and they start slide canceling all over the map. Stop slide canceling in team deathmatch or domination or a pub, okay? This isn't comp. If you want to get pro player movement is going to help you out in competitive. It's not going to help you out in a game mode where people are trying to go on kill streaks, and if they hear you slide, okay, they hear you slide while you're running Ninja, you might as well not even run Ninja, because we're going to hear you slide. Okay, streakers are going to hear you slide. I just want to ingrain that into your brains, because I see so many people still slide canceling in my lobbies and doing this kind of stuff. All you're doing when you slide is give away your position. That's all you do, okay? Can it help you in a gunfight? Yes, but you really have to know when it is actually going to help you win that gunfight. And 9 out of 10 times, you probably should not have slid, okay? So, moving on. It's the same thing with jumping in this game. Jumping is nowhere near as effective in this game as it was in older Call of Duty games. Why? Because whenever you jump, your camera moves with the weapon. So, it's going to throw you off target, and you're going to have to try to compensate for that. And with the animation, it's not really smooth, so it kind of just throws your aim off. I'd only recommend jumping in close quarters gunfights, maybe with a subby. Alright? If you're going to be using an AR, I wouldn't really recommend it. Now, again, you'll see a lot of the time there's people showing up on the radar, and I'm never, ever going to cut through the middle of the map to try to kill somebody, alright? And I know what you're saying right there. Well, you just did. No, there was a lot of cover around, right? So I was able to just quickly take someone out and use that cover to block off lines of sight. If someone else shoots at me, I have a war machine. I don't have to put 6 shots into someone, right? I have a war machine, so I'm able to just go ahead and shoot them once or twice and they're dead. And I don't even have to hit them, I just have to shoot at their feet. So that's the reason I peeked that there. Because I knew I still had the upper hand and there was cover. If someone shot at me, I could just quickly turn around and war machine them to death. Right here, I was waiting for enemies because I heard so many footsteps, and it sounded like 2 to 3 enemy players. So obviously, I'm not going to just throw my body at 3 people because that would be stupid, especially in lobbies like this, where everybody has above, well, 20% accuracy. They're above average aimers, so I'm probably going to be killed by, you know, the way they aim. It's just how it is. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and try to switch up. I see a guy right here. I'm getting shot in the back. This guy runs out of ammo in his clip and throws a Semtex. I got extremely lucky there. So, honestly, if I died right there, I probably wouldn't even use this for YouTube gameplay. But the real reason I want to use this for YouTube gameplay is because of, well, I wanted to talk about the misinformation on skill-based matchmaking. Because I just don't understand these people that are trying to, I feel like they're trying to tell people that the only reason they're doing bad and not improving at the game is because of skill-based matchmaking. And it's just not the case. So right here, again, I'm anchoring from the spawn. There's teammates here that are spawning around me. Most of them are losing their gunfights right now at this point. So I'm just going to stay here, hold my ground, try to get a pick, and then dip. That's what I'm doing. Again, switching out my position. People like to sit in that room. They like to pre-aim with snipers or whatever they're doing. Pull out my shotgun, closer quarters, see the guy on the radar. Guy died. I'm going to go ahead and try to push this. Look, there's a guy right here. Why would I run at him with a spaz whenever I know the spaz is mid-range after 5 meters? It sucks. Why would I run at him with the spaz whenever there's that much distance? On top of that, I don't know what kind of gun he has, so I'm just going to pull back, regain control of the situation, and win the gunfight. Right here, I'm looking through mid-map because I see there's teammates all over the place, and I know that they're either going to be in the other side of the map, or they're like this guy flanking. Again, aim was off. Go ahead and just rush him down. The reason I rushed him down is because I got him one shot. He would either have to stim, or he's just going to hide like he did. He didn't have a stim. Now, if he did have a stim, he would have instantly popped out. I would have saw the health bar regen, and I would have just tried to make a different, play right there. But I saw he didn't stim, so I went ahead and chased him down. Again, I'm hearing footsteps, so I'm not really sure where people are. So I'm just kind of playing it out, and right there I end up taking a guy out. And now I have my war machine again. I'm on a big streak. Don't want to call it my gunship or VTOL because I saw that this game there was nuclear potential. If I see potential for a nuclear, I'll attempt to go for it. I'm not going to just go for it all day because, again, like I said, I like to try to win. So for me to win a team deathmatch, because the majority of games I play, the team balancing is not in my favor like this one. So the only real way I can get a win is to have a VTOL escort and a gunship and stuff like that. So and again, that's going to heavily boost my stats because I'm using lethal kill streaks that yield you, well, if I went by my averages, the VTOL's 7 kills and the gunship is about 11. So it's 18-0 KD boost right there. You see what I'm saying about how high KD is really determined whenever people don't reverse boost? So anyways, moving on, I go ahead and war machine this guy, and I still have 10 shots in my war machine. Need 5 kills for the nuclear. This should be in the bag unless I get 1 shot or 1 bursted. That's the only real way that I'm going to lose this nuclear streak. So again, just kind of getting lucky with running and positioning. I figured they really didn't seem like they were pushing at this point, so I'm just going to kind of sit back. This guy was feeling a little frisky with his wall bang, so I decided to reposition, get out of there, not challenge him from the front. And I go ahead, try to get a little flank off. See this guy running this way. Again, teammate's spy plane helped out. Get that guy. Now, there's still another one in the back. I see him, alright? I know this is lost. And I see another guy there, so I'm able to pick him up. Now, once I already got my nuclear, I don't care anymore. So I'm just going to fire off my last war machine shots. And I'm just going to call it my gunship. And that's how we're going to end the game. So there you guys have it. All I'm doing is just repositioning, playing smart, and putting myself in the best positions I possibly can. Okay? There you guys have it. I feel you guys are all misinformed about skill-based matchmaking, and I hope that this video will help bring some light to this, and you guys can still improve. You can still get better at the game. You just need to look at your mistakes you're making, and that's how you're going to improve. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.